So what I want to show you. So last week I told this long story about this chicken that came back to life after from the dead. And I thought that was the greatest story. But then later when I was watching it, I was like, oh my gosh, this story's so long. I love the story, but even I was bored. So anyway, I'm going to try to keep these really short. So I'm very sorry if you were bored listening to that long story about the chicken last week. So anyway, here's what I want to show you. I just want to show you our goats. If you've been watching my live streams, you know that I've been showing you as every week a little bit of them. They were born about 4 weeks ago, so we got these 2 goat babies, and so they're about a month old now. And so tomorrow is the big day. So when we let them out, so far they've been back in their stalls. We have to keep them back there until they get big enough so that they can't get out of the fencing in the main fenced-in area where all of our other goats and sheep and our livestock guard dog are. So tomorrow is the big day, and so it's always makes me a little bit nervous. The big problem would possibly be our livestock guard dog. You got to make sure he understands that these new baby goats are part of his herd that he protects and not something new, a new invader that he would need to get rid of. So that's always the danger. So we have been slowly getting him acquainted with them through the fence. And he's fine, so we're not worried about him now. He's a good livestock guard dog. But now the worry is all the other goats, because they can be really mean to each other. You can hear, you see them meeting the other goats through the fence. So we're trying to get them to know each other slowly, so they won't be too mean to the new guys when we let them out tomorrow. So you can see Finchy is a little girl here with the spots, and this is her brother, Chippy. They're just so adorable. And here's their mama, Ibis. Okay, so that's the goat. So that's tomorrow. So maybe say a little prayer that it all goes well. And next week I'll let you know how that went. I'm going to try to do some video. And so then I want to tell a quick little story of something that happened this morning. So let me go to this part of the video. Okay, so this morning I went out to feed the animals, and there was a little bitty baby duck just wandering around all by itself. And so I picked him up and went looking around to try to find out where did this little baby duck came from. He obviously had just hatched. I couldn't find the mom anywhere. Could not find any sign of a nest or a newly hatched egg. So we have this broody hen that you just saw in the video, and she is laying on her own eggs. Now he is not her baby. Because her eggs have not hatched. So every once in a while you can get these hens to take on, kind of adopt another one. So that's what I did. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes the hens will attack the baby that doesn't belong to them. But fortunately, so I just set him next to her. And fortunately, this story has a happy ending because she has accepted him. And she has been kind of taking care of him and was cooing at him immediately. And you can see her eggs underneath her. And she is protecting him now. And so this was this morning. And then later, you can see here, there was a male duck that was getting too close, and there she is giving him the warning. She's saying, get away. This is my baby now. And then this is her later today, this afternoon. So she's completely adopted this little duck. And so that's just a happy ending to this story. Okay, so that is my homestead update today. Hope you enjoyed that. All right, so if you are new here, my husband and I are actually homesteaders. We have a mini homestead in southeast or southwest Missouri and Blue Eye, Missouri, and we have 5 acres and over 200 animals. And so we are growing and raising as much of our own food as possible to be as self-sustaining as possible. And so the pictures on there are pictures of our farm. That was my husband and I at the end. So what I've been trying to do is start off with a quick little homestead update for those of you who are interested before we get started with what we're going to talk about today, and let you know what's going on the homestead. So this is, okay, hold on, let me get back to the very beginning. Okay, so I've been talking to you about our little goats here. So these guys are about 5 weeks old, and so until this week, they have been stuck in the barn with their mama. So you see the 2 little babies, and then there's their mama, Ibis. So we have to give them some time after they're born. When they're first born, they're too small. They can actually fit through the fencing of the main area where all the rest of the goats are. So we have to let them get a little bit bigger before we can let them out with everybody else. And we also have to make sure that we have to give our livestock guard dog, who you can see in the very bottom corner there. This is Oscar. And so he has to be introduced a little bit slowly to any new animals to make sure he recognizes that this is part of his herd. He needs to protect them. This is not an intruder, because if he would, in his little livestock guard dog brain, would think these are intruders, then he could actually hurt them.
Here we go. The other
we slowly introduce any new animals through a fence to him, and so he's fine now. We also have to worry about the other goats. So because goats can be very, very mean to each other, and so we want to introduce them to the goats through the fence first, so they can kind of smell each other and get used to each other. And even then, they're still kind of mean. At first, they will headbutt each other, and they could possibly hurt one of the little babies. So you can see, and it's so fun to watch them. Here's the little babies, and this is the very first time earlier this week that they were let out of the barn. So they're experiencing grass for the very first time. Oh, Eternal Flame says, I have 3 goats. Cool. Awesome. That's good. Do we have anybody else with livestock? We have just fallen in love with goats. These are Nigerian dwarfs, and they are just the sweetest little things. We just love them so much. I tell you what, they are just like dogs. They have individual personalities, just like dogs. They even sound, each one of them has a unique voice. And they will cuddle with you, and you can hug on them, and they're just so sweet. I love them so much. So anyway, there's some scenes from when they were first let out earlier this week. It took us 3 tries, letting them out just for a little bit of time with everybody else. Got kind of crazy at first, and so it took after the 3rd time we were able to let them out. You see the little baby there. That's Finchy. She got separated from her mama, and she was a little bit scared. So, but anyway, now they are out. There's peace in the kingdom. Everybody's happy. Everybody's together, and just one big happy herd again. And so there's some more scenes. Okay, the other news that I want to tell you quickly is that we have some other newcomers to the farm. We do sell eggs, but we also incubate and sell chicks. So we just had a bunch of chicks hatch. Let me get up to the chicks. Where's the chicks? There they are. Okay, so there's our incubator. And so so these guys hatched on Thursday. And so there you can see me. We actually have the incubator in our closet in our bedroom. And you can see me opening up the incubator for the first time and letting out these chicks. So our incubator holds 56 eggs. Normally we get about 40 eggs that will hatch. This time out of 56 eggs, we got 16 chicks. So we think, and the others were just, most of them were not even fertilized. So we think because it's been so hot here lately that the roosters are just not feeling frisky. They're not doing their job. And so we're going to give them some time. So there you can see in the box all 16 chicks right there. And then we take them out to our brooder house, where they will stay
eggs. Very, very bad.
Yard and
very, very bad hatch rate this time. I think it's because it's so hot.
Anyway, all right, we're going to take them out. Those are mostly, there we are in the brooder house.
Dip their little beaks in the water.
These are lots of different kinds of chickens, but mostly Easter eggers today, this time around, which was interesting. We don't normally get that many Easter eggers, but they are the ones who lay the green eggs. Okay, and then finally, last thing, I have a little update, a very sad update about this little baby duck that I've been talking about the past couple of weeks, and then that's this hen duck had adopted this little baby. He was doing great. This was earlier this week, but a couple of days ago we went outside and we found him, the little baby, deceased. Could not find out any cause of death. He didn't have any injuries, so we don't know what happened. So I just wanted to give you a little sad update about that. So anyway, it happens in the farm, people. It's just the way it goes. Life and death. We get to see the whole gamut of the circle of life here on the farm. So we try to do our best, but no matter what you do, you're always going to have some death. Eternal Flame. Okay, maybe we can talk someday about making goat soap. Yeah, that is definitely part of our intention. So we were hoping to start milking the goats with this first round of babies that we had this year, but then we bought a restaurant building instead and are having to do a lot of stuff with that. And so we're too busy to add goat milking twice a day to our daily chores. So hopefully in the winter or the spring, we'll have some more babies, and then we'll be able to start our goat milk products adventures. Okay.